The reason why I shoot on manual mode is because I like to be in complete control of everything. When the picture you see in your mind doesn't translate directly in the camera, it gets very frustrating for me. And so that's the reason why I stopped using aperture priority. So the manual mode is particularly good when you want to shoot like backlit images or when you are panning at high speed, especially if you are shooting weddings or if you are shooting portraits. It makes a lot of sense to go out and practice shooting in manual. That's when you can start mastering. That's when you can start controlling your photography. Right now I'm standing in front of Lau Pa Sat, which means old market in Hokkien. Now the oldest market in Singapore. It's located right in the middle of the central business district. And it's famous for its roof, which is shipped from Glasgow, Victorian cast iron, way back in 1894. At night, the street turns into a satay street where we have marinated barbecue steaks. And that's what we are going to look at right now. Uncle, you draw this hat yourself?
Yes.
Oh.
I got the long one.
Oh, really?
The long one I have.
Later you wear? Original satay. Dark mushroom. What mushroom? How many years have you been selling satay?
More than 30 years already.
You always sell in Lau Pa Sat or you move around Singapore?
I have the Lau Pa Sat, I think 18 years like that. 16 years.
What is used as the marinade for the satay?
Secret ingredient.
But can you name a few general ingredients?
Like turmeric,
Turmeric.
sugar,
What's the best seller?
chicken, beef and prawns.
Isn't it very competitive that
It is
everybody
very
sells the same things?
Competitive, 5 stall. I mean, you can get like 10 sticks or maybe 1
Okay.
stick each. I don't mind giving 1 stick free
Oh,
for you to test.
wow.
Then from
Okay.
there, you know which one is better.
Right now it's exactly 7 p.m, which is the time the road is going to be closed and the tables are going to be set on the road. The men here are busy preparing the satay for the evening, and I'm going to photograph this scene where there is a foreground and there's also a background. There is the movement of the fan and there's also the stillness of the man who is setting up the fire. So because I want to get this movement of the fan, I'm going to set my shutter speed to 1/30. So I want to see both of them, foreground and background. I can't go at a 1.4. I need to go up maybe say f4. I've taken f4. And since these two settings are sort of fixed, that leaves me with ISO to play with. So I'm going to set it at say something about 1000. And then we'll see how that goes. And I'm actually using his body to frame the side of my frame and his hands maybe. To sort of create an interesting frame around my main subject. There's a lot of smoke going on, but then there will be like this split second where the smoke passes and you can see his face clearly. So when he actually stretches his arm out, this is actually going to be a frame. That's going to be the roof of my frame. A few ethical considerations as well. I don't want to stay too long. I don't want to be like a hindrance to the business, so maybe I'll just leave. Maybe I'll come back later. What's going on here? I actually want to get a sort of an overall establishing scene of the entire market. So I wanted like people in the foreground. I want to see the tables. I want to see the smoke and also the structure of Lau Pa Sat. So I've actually asked this lovely lady here for permission to photograph. My f-stop, right? To get from near to far, I need to get something up to like maybe f8. And then my handshake mode at night is probably like 1/50, 1/60. I could go on 1/40 as a shutter speed, but if I want to go on 1/60, I would have to go on 12,800. So it's sort of like, you just sort of have to level, which might be a better choice because I'm quite confident that my hands are still sharp at 1/40. So that was a great moment where we have the food being served. So we get the food, the people, the tables, and the foreground. So what I'm doing when I'm shooting manual is that I'm actually dissecting the frame in my own mind. So it's like you're setting up different chapters of the story that you want to tell, just very methodologically. go on and put these settings on. You don't have to be on full menu all the time, but it is a good exercise for everyone to just try this once in a while because it helps you to get out of your comfort zone. It's just training you to be more precise, training you to be more detail oriented when you look at a scene, and that's what shooting manual does.
你们4人份我可以给你这个2个3人份，里面有套餐，鸡肉、羊肉、牛肉、烤虾、米饭，全部都有。有什么肉你不吃，你可以换。
Can you say everything in Malay now?
Okay, Malay.
Malay, can you speak Malay not?
Can.
Oh.
Okay, kalau you nak yang ni, apa pun boleh tukar. Campur semua ada. Ayam, kambing, lembu, udang, ketupat.
Tapi 4 orang.
Ini 2-3 orang, boleh share 4 orang. Kalau you lapar, you boleh makan medium set 3-6 orang.
太大了，太大了。
太大拿这个咯，2个3人份。
那不够吃。
不够吃，等一下可以叫多一点。
哦，真
不要浪
聪明。
费，对。
Bum 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 bum